Angry Joe, and I'm here with DeeJ again. Remember last year we got the same guy, and I'm glad we got him because we know each other and we've seen each other in the halls. I'm here giving a exclusive interview to us. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us with Destiny. And last time we got a lot of good information on the game. So this time I'd like to get some questions from the fans and Twitter and all you guys who submitted questions. I think the biggest concerns is the platform, right? PC guys are really excited about the game. They're wondering, is the PC port coming?
PC port is something that we might consider in the future. Right now, we're releasing this game on 4 consoles at the same time. We got PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, Xbox 360. We're being more inclusive than we've ever been. Huge, ambitious project for us. So that's what our goals are right now. Yeah. In terms of where the future may take us, I mean, that's the whole...
You guys are not saying no to it.
We are certainly not saying no.
Okay.
We're not saying no.
And another kind of tough question is, you know, Bungie has built their reputation with the Xbox community, and there's been plenty of awesome exclusives announced for the PS4 console. Are you guys going to have any content exclusive to the Xbox guys or anything to give back to them?
Well, we're making a game for the Xbox guys. Any suggestions that we're ostracizing or alienating the Xbox community? I mean, we are making a game for the Xbox One and the Xbox 360. You know, we're immensely proud of our legacy with the Bungie community in the Halo games. We absolutely want them to join us in the world of Destiny. You know, the exclusives that we have announced will be available to them over, you know, on a long enough timeline. I don't know if that timing has been revealed yet, but everything that you're going to see in this game will be available to all someday.
Okay, timed exclusive. So I actually got some hands-on time with the game. I really enjoyed it. The enemies were intelligent. It was difficult. Snipers in particular were taking me out. Yeah. So we had one guy in our team's specific job is to take down the snipers. I was worried a little bit. I saw that you have personal vehicles, right? And that was really cool because I could get from place to place really fast. Are those personal vehicles ever going to have weapons on them? That would be really awesome. That's personal. I know there are you know, rideable vehicles in the game that do have weapons.
Yes, if you go into the competitive arena, what we're calling the Crucible, there are weapons placed on the map that do have, you know, there are vehicles placed on the map that do have weapons. So you've got.
What about those personal?
I know you want
sparrows. That would be good. Like maybe weak little ones.
We're just weak little BB guns taped to the handlebars. Let me ask you a question. If you had a kick-ass gun on the front of that Sparrow, would you ever get off of it?
Probably not. That's what I'm saying. That's why. But do you see? I say get the little weak ones just so we feel nice and happy, because I think so. That plays into my next question. You guys are obviously doing an alpha, a beta test coming out July. What was that?
July 17th. Yeah.
Are you actually going to use? Is this just, you know, a pre-order kind of thing, or are you actually using feedback from the beta to make significant changes to the game if it's necessary, like possibly little weapons on the Sparrows or something?
Well, we've already learned things about the game in the Destiny First Look Alpha. There's already things that we're doing to study our community. We've always studied our community. We learned about what our game is by the way that they play it. So we need you to get in there. We need you to show us what this thing is. It's been such a treat, man, to come down to E3. We got people down in the competitive arena, you know, butting heads with each other. We're discovering things about balance. We're discovering things about the experience. Bungie always listens to its community. That's my job, so it's a promise that I'm making that I can keep myself. So get in there, tell us what you think. We got people up on Twitch finally, we got people on YouTube posting screenshots, talking about their experiences. I've waited for this for 2 years, and I can't read any of it right now. I mean, it's a total pleasure to be standing here talking to you, but I could just be sitting in front of all 3 screens on my, you know, station at Bungie, you know, just like reading what everyone has to say. So I'll get to that eventually, but absolutely, this is a part of the exploration. We do these tests to find out where the process might not be perfect. We do these tests to find out how we can improve the overall end experience for the gamer. That's what it's all about.
I was looking at the trailer that you guys played at the conferences, and I thought I recognized a familiar voice. Was that Peter Dinklage?
Absolutely.
So how did you guys get him involved in the project?
You know, just the way these things, you know, the way these things come about. You know, we approached him, and you know, we thought he was an amazing talent. We needed a voice that would be your guide on this adventure.
We're going to be hearing a lot of him.
He is your companion. You know, he's the guy that lights the way. He's the guy that shows you the path that leads to your next explosive moment of action, and you know, he's going to be your constant companion every step of the way.
That's very cool. So, how long can we expect the Destiny experience to be? How many gameplay hours are we going to get from, you know, this evolving story?
Like so many things in Destiny, man, that's going to depend on the player. It really depends on what sort of player you are. If you like a great story and that's the only thing that you expect from a game, it's going to take you hours upon hours upon hours to really solve the mysteries of what befell humankind after the collapse of the Golden Age. But there's going to be so many detours built into this living social world. You know, how much time are you going to spend in a public space rescuing people that you've never met from, you know, fallen captains with your sniper rifle or your super abilities? Are you going to do all the strikes, you know, the cooperative activities that take you into an enemy stronghold to fight through wave after wave of alien and take down an alien boss to get a new gun or a new piece of armor that's going to make you more of a badass? You can do those things in different, you know, like varying levels of difficulty. Like if you thought the AI was intelligent in the strike, do it on the Brave setting. Do it on the Legend setting. They're just going to get meaner and meaner.
That's what we were on, the Legend setting. Yeah, and it was good. I like that. I like the legendary setting sort of thing is back. So I run a gaming community called the Angry Army. We play lots of MMOs, just multiplayer games, massively multiplayer games, and we're wondering, is Destiny something that we could get behind? Are we going to have, you know, guilds that we can create, the Angry Army in Destiny? Can we go on raid content with multiple players, more than just 4 players? I think we've seen 7 players. Is there possibly going to be more than that? The big raid bosses and just epic long quests?
Yeah. Well, the design principles in Destiny are there so that every player who's involved in a firefight should be a crucial ingredient in that battle. So before you asked me, what do we learn from an alpha or a beta and how can we change the game? We're still finely tuning the way public spaces work. How many characters do you meet on your adventure? How many people jump in on the same battle? We want to make sure that everybody who does that contributes something crucial to the firefight and that they don't feel like a tourist on the outskirts wondering how do they get involved. So that's sort of the sweet spot that we're still trying to discover. In terms of a guild,
tweaking it, is it more? Is it going to be more than 7?
Yeah, I think it'll be more than 7. We're just trying to find that ideal number. We'll see how far that goes. You know,
and as far as guilds, can I create my guild?
I am such a geek about that, man. Yeah, absolutely. On Bungie.net, we are just starting to see the origins of what we're calling a healthy clan system. You know, sort of clans being a shooter, you know, thing about shooter nomenclature. So I actually came to Bungie from a clan, you know, that played Bungie shooters. You know.
Please don't let there be restrictions on the member limit. That always annoys the hell out of us. Do we have to do Angry Army 1, 2, 3, 4? Because it gets Angry Army's big. You know?
It is. The Angry Army, you know, feels more like a group to us than a clan. One of the things that we want is we want everybody in a clan to be able to feel like they know everybody else in that clan. So what we've created is we've created an alliance structure where you create a group. Everybody in the Angry Army can go into that group, and there can be a number of sub-clans that are unified underneath that group. So you're all members of the Angry Army, but you can cluster together like these are the Angry Army Raiders.
These are the specialists, the snipers. Here we got you know, spec ops, you know, all sorts of cool.
Yeah, so like Masters of the Crucible, you know, the PvP warriors. These are the guys who do the story on the, you know, maximum. You know,
all the coolest loot and stuff.
Yeah, and then your raid masters. You asked me about raids. Destiny has a raid. It's going to be the most difficult challenge that we've ever thrown at our community. It's going to take hours upon hours to complete. It's going to take a 6-player team, and they're going to have to coordinate. They're going to have their strongest Guardian builds at the ready, and we're going to make you hurt.
All that sounds good, especially for a gaming community like us. What about? I'm not sure if I've really talked, or you guys have really talked much about the economy system, because there are some MMO-like elements. Are we able to trade items in a guild bank? Are you sharing loot with your friends? Or like you said, it's all individual to a person, but do you put stuff on an auction house or anything like that, or do you have to find it yourself in the world?
Yeah, we really see the loot system as rewards for action. We want you to earn the things that you have. So if you have that exotic belt-fed heavy machine gun in your arsenal, you should always have a memory attached to that. I won that by killing that strike on Mars, the hardest difficulty setting. That is mine. It defines me. We don't want anyone to ever say, "Where'd you get that?" Angry Joe gave it to me.
Right.
But
So it's all individualized. You can't really share on an auction house or anything like that.
we want you.
No gold farmers in the game.
Yeah, no glimmer salesman. But we do have a vault in the game so that if you are playing as a warlock and you decide to begin your adventure again as a hunter, you can create another character in that world. You can go up to a vault in the tower, say, I'm going to need this for my next adventure, stuff it in there, and then when you come back as a newly minted character, you can take your best weapon out of there and keep it with you.
Any space combat for the future?
Who knows where the future will take us? It could take us into space. It could take us to the PC. I don't know.
All right.
How this adventure unfolds over time.
Now, obviously, in a game like this, you guys want to continue to support it and release content. So you guys are going to be releasing increases to level caps, more skills and abilities, more weapons and armor over time.
Over time, we're going to tell this story to the best of our ability. I can tell you that all of our sights are set right now on making sure that Destiny, the game, the one that you have access to in September, on September 9th, blows your mind. Makes sure that you start to expect more from Bungie games and the shooters that you purchase. It's going to have 5 different modes of activity. It's going to have more explorable geometry and real estate than we've ever put in the hands of the player. More weapons, more alien races. It is a next generation game in every notion of the term. We're expanding out into every direction. If we do our job right, if you want to explore that world beyond what we've given you, if you still have questions about the mysteries of the universe and the story and the lore, we'll be around to tell more of that story. But job number 1 is to satisfy you, to create a game with a distinct beginning, middle, and end.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, something that can stand on its own 2 feet. I played Destiny and it was awesome.
I hate sequel baiting, It has to be a complete story, and then the player is left wanting more just because of how good of a story.
We are very sensitive about the fact that we earn the right to put a number on the box. Right now, it's Destiny.
All right. Well, that should end it. That's a perfect stopping point. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us, and really appreciate it. Do we know when Destiny is releasing and what systems?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for asking. Destiny releases on September 9th, later on this year, on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. And if we're throwing out dates, be there for the beta on July 17th. Anybody who pre-orders a game on any one of those consoles is welcome to play. Tell us what you think. Help us make this awesome.
Well, there is demand for that PC version, so seriously, let people know. Consider it.
We hear you.
Okay.
Promise me.
All right, well, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show.
No pressure. Product not yet rated.